I've actually come to realize that those who say, touch not my prophet and do my touch not my anointing and do my prophet no harm. Those people, especially when the Nigerians say it, they are just using it to deceive themselves. Pastorship have become a kind of business for a lot of people in Nigeria. What they do now is that if you do not have anything you are doing, if you don't know what to do to make money, if you cannot find a legitimate work to do to earn money, you will start calling yourself a pastor. That is what majority do in Nigeria. When I say that a lot of people that call themselves pastor in Nigeria are not pastor, you guys will just be coming to my DM to say, why am I saying something like that? Why I not go talk am? You see that your pastor, someone that you call daddy GO or your daddy in the church, is doing something wrong. The person is being a hypocrite, and instead of you to call that person out, you will just be doing, you just throw away your face and do as if you don't know what the person is doing. Let's keep deceiving ourselves. When Goodluck Jonathan was president, I remember Pastor Adeboye was campaigning against Goodluck Jonathan. He protested. He carried placards. I remember. Especially when those Boko Haram and all those terrorists were buying people then. Pastor Adeboye was one of the people that protested against it, which is right. He did the right thing then. Only for APC to come into power, and the same Pastor Adeboye that protested against Goodluck Jonathan started making excuses for APC. Firstly, he was trying to pretend like he didn't know what was going on in Nigeria. Until people started calling him out to talk about the suffering in the country. And he started using sorrows will endure in the night and then joy comes in the morning. Things like that. You know, those motivational talks. He's not the only person. A lot of pastors in Nigeria, but in this video I'm going to be addressing him because there was something that happened. I would have actually talked about this thing the day that it happened, but I didn't just have time. But now I have time to talk about it. Pastor Adeboye told us that the problem with Tinubu government, the problem with Nigeria right now is spiritual. The same Adeboye that protested against Goodluck Jonathan's government is now telling us that the problem is spiritual. Remember back then, during Goodluck Jonathan government, there was not, like, the country was not as hard as it is right now. I remember when El-Rufai was the governor of Kaduna State. That time, the Christians of Southern Kaduna, they went through their lives. There was no single day that you open your social media that you will not see the Southern Kaduna people crying. There was no day that you open social media that you will not see them weeping, that you will not see them wailing, you will not see them gnashing their teeth. And this man never said anything. These are his fellow people that share the same faith as him. He never said anything. I'm not saying that you should give a different treatment to people that share faith with him. That's not my point. That's not the point. The point remains that even if he does not care about other people, which is also wrong, at least he should care about people that he claims to share the same faith with them. And you see them, all these WGOs, you see them expanding their churches to UK, to Canada, to Europe. You see them, just they expand their churches. But they will never expand their churches to Nigeria, northern Nigeria, those places that Boko Haram and their fellow the bandits, they operate. The places that their fellow Christians are suffering, you never see them carry their gospel go there. Now, places like US, UK, Canada, and all these European countries, places where we say you don't develop finish, places where we say they go fit get better money, they no fit suffer. Now, that kind of place, they expand their churches to. Why the people of Nigeria, people where they closer to you? Because Nigeria, they closer to America and UK. It's closer. It's not supposed to extend its hands of fellowship to his fellow countrymen before you go outside. And on Sunday, you go dress up, go sit down for church. This kind of person go, they preach Christ to you. And when somebody speak up against all of these things, you go say the person is touching you go tell the person, don't touch my anointed and do my prophet no harm. When they said, don't touch my anointed and do my prophet no harm in the Holy Bible, they did not say it for hypocrites, but hypocrite pastors. They said it for people when be say that they show the exemplary life of Christ. It's not for everybody. How can, when Jonathan was president, the killings is bad, the bad economy is not normal, it's not okay, we are protesting against it, and all of a sudden, when APC enter, your mouth can't zip. Your mouth can't zip. Start giving us motivational speech. You started telling us that our problem is spiritual. Is it the spirit that increases the prices of petrol? Is it the spirit that controls our economy? Is it the spirit that we voted for? Is it the spirit that made bad policies that brought inflation? Is it the spirit that is living in luxury? Why millions and millions of Nigerians languish in poverty? And you will tell me that it's spiritual just because you are close to the power. You tell me that it's spiritual. Now look at what is going on. In this report that you see now, they said that the son of Pastor Adeboye had contract with Rccg government. No wonder Pastor no condemn everything that was going on there. All the killings, all the whippings. These people we are going through, they went through a lot. I'm not sure that it's any part of Nigeria that suffered more than the Southern Kaduna people in the 8 years of Buhari government. Those people from Southern Kaduna, they went through a lot. And this man never said anything because in government, his son allegedly collected contract from Rccg and he did not execute it. Maybe because of that money and that contract that they were working on, he could not speak against injustice. He could not speak against unfairness. He kept short. This Pastor Adeboye is the person that is in charge of Rccg, that is Redeemed Christian Church of God. The church where most of their pastors are bigots. Go to X, go to social media and see. In fact, you will see somebody say something bigoted about another tribe or another religion, another person. And when you check the person's profile, you go see Rccg pastor. I'm telling you, go and check. They were making all these utterances publicly, and this pastor could not come out to say that, okay, you guys are no longer pastors in this church, and we don't condone things like this. He did as if he innocent. It was as if the Rccg is the Christian arm wing of APC. I mean the spiritual, yeah, let me use the word spiritual. The spiritual wing of APC. Ask yourself as a Christian, as Rccg member, ask yourself, if Christ were to be in that position, if Christ were to be here today, is Christ going to keep quiet while politicians impoverish Nigerians? Is Christ going to keep quiet while politicians enrich themselves, while Nigerians suffer? Christ is not going to keep quiet. But all those are pastors, all of them just keep quiet. Only few people now they talk. Only few people now they talk. Say this thing when they do it no good. People should do better for your citizens. But all these ones that when they call that the GO are be waiting, all these ones now, none of them has come out to speak against what is happening in Nigeria. Because they don't care. They are benefiting from it. That's why they will tell you that your problem is spiritual. Meanwhile, they are moving around with bodyguards. When they want the church donation, they don't go tell the spirit to donate. They go tell you to donate money. May they take build church, may they take buy private jets, may they take buy luxury cars and hire private security companies to preserve them. But you now, they left you in the hands of terrorists, hands of bandits. They will tell you that it's spiritual. You people need to think. You need to think. Honestly, people need to think. Anyway, when they go, on the last day, we go know who be for God and who no be for God. But for now, we go to speak up against anybody where we say the person they try to be hypocrite. We go speak up against the person. That's my own.